Hello and welcome, cousins. I'm Cousin Yuri, and today we're doing a breakdown of my homemade gun, the Trashnikov. Now, these guns have all kinds of names. They call them Khyber Pass guns, just, Trashnikov, rust guns, post-apocalyptic. I'm just gonna call it the Trashnikov. This thing is a bolt action. I was inspired by a picture I saw on the internet of an AK from the Khyber Pass. That was a bolt action, and I saw it. I'm gonna post it up right here. I had to have one airsoft version. So yeah, I'm gonna go step by step on how I made this freaking thing, this abomination, and maybe you'll want to make one for yourself. Hopefully you guys like it. Okay, to take this thing apart, you are gonna need all kinds of tools. You're gonna need a whole bunch of flathead screwdrivers. You're gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver. You're gonna need some scissors. You're gonna need Allen wrenches, potentially a hammer, and possibly a set of pliers. So, first, break down this gun. It has all kinds of parts to it. I have AK parts. I have VSR 10 parts, I have SVD parts, I got shotgun parts, I got M4 parts, I've got all kinds of things holding this thing together. I have wood screws, duct tape, super glue, I have zip ties, I even have a little bit of lead in there because I feel like if it's not at least a little bit toxic, it's not really airsoft, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go and just start breaking this thing down. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is remove this top handguard. I made it out of a shotgun pump handle, and I had literally just have it zip tied on there. So, cut that off. And then you can remove your top handguard. I had to drill a couple holes in it to fit over these screws. I had to bore it out a little bit on the inside so it could fit over the VSR 10 barrel. But as you can see, it fits quite nicely and it looks all right. It kind of has the look that I want to it. Then you can see putting this thing together, this kind of gives it a different look. See, now it kind of looks more like a, your normal, just kind of, I guess, normal whatever. There's nothing normal about this thing. Okay, so here you can kind of see the parts for what they are. So here I got the SVD barrel with a M4 sights just zip tied and pipe clamped on there. Got the rear M4 sight right here. Here's the VSR 10 component. This is the actual airsoft gun part. So it still uses VSR 10 mags. I have one of them over here somewhere. Oh, there it is on the ground. Still uses VSR 10 mags. They fit right in there. The AK mag was just for aesthetics because I just wanted, to look cool, right? It's kind of a post-apocalyptic type gun. Got BBs in there. Okay, so the real tough about this build was getting this front barrel or the SVD barrel attached to the VSR 10 barrel. And the way I did that, I will show you right now. So you gotta take a little bit of a screwdriver. I have a fence pipe connector right here, 1-inch fence pipe connector. And I gotta loosen it up a little bit more. It just so happened to fit perfectly over the outer barrel of the VSR 10. There we go. So there we go, there's the SVD barrel assembly. So the way I had to do it is first, I took the barrel and I cut it off. I have this little pipe reduction connector. It goes from 1 inch to a 1/2 inch. Now, it has the exact same diameter as the VSR 10 barrel, so I couldn't just slide it over there, otherwise that would have been awesome. Also, this end, the 1/2 inch connection, it didn't fit on the barrel either, so what I did was I cut the barrel in half, and most barrels, they taper down. They have kind of like a distal taper. And so they're thinner at the muzzle end and fatter at the receiver end. So I flipped it around popped that connector right on. It fit perfectly. Then I just cut off the back. I unscrewed all the fittings and I flipped them around so it was mirrored. And bada bing, bada boom, you got an SVD barrel. Connecting this was pretty fun. For the most part, it just kind of slid on there and I just bopped it on the ground and it had a pretty secure connection. I soldered a little lead in there and I just put epoxy all up on it. And it's pretty solid, you know, it's sturdy, it's on there. I can't feel any wiggle or rattle or anything at all. But anyways, yeah, that's the SVD barrel assembly. What that leaves us with, we have the inner barrel, the VSR-10 component, and the AK body. For the VSR-10, this was I think it was a let's say Wellfire MB30A or MBOA3 or M3B Bobay. Can't remember exactly, but it's a VSR-10 G-Spec Tokyo Marui knockoff. So it's just a really cheap Springer sniper rifle. It was like 80 bucks, I think. I bought it a couple years ago thinking, oh, hey, it'll be fun to, you know, get into sniping again. And it just sat in my closet and I never used it. So that's why I decided to cut it up and do this. So yeah, I cut that off. I replaced it with, I put in a nice tight bore barrel. It's 6.03 millimeters, I think. It's actually an AEG barrel. It's not really made for a VSR-10, but I messed around with the hop up a little bit to make it fit. I dremelled out a couple little grooves and it actually works really nicely. This thing shoots like a laser, I'm surprised. And it still works, surprisingly not. Okay, so next we have the AK body attached to the VSR-10. And if you look at this right here, I've got a wood screw and a block of wood inside the AK body. And it's literally just wood screwed onto there on that end and zip tied on this end, and that's it. So to remove this part, you just have to, oh, this feels dangerous. I don't want to stab myself in the hand. You just have to cut off this zip tie right here. Woo, something broke. Come on. Come on. There we go. Heavy duty zip ties, man. Cut that off on that end. Absolutely fantastic. So you can see now it's got a little bit of wobble, it's disconnected. So then all you need to do, get rid of your flathead, grab your Phillips, unscrew this wood screw right here. And boom. There you go. There's your VSR-10 component taken out. You look at this, all I did with this was I chopped the barrel off pretty much right where the handguard ended. And then I cut off the buttstock portion just right where the magazine there's a plastic wall back here. I just cut it right along that. So it still had the handguard. I didn't want to mess with this because I didn't want to have to reconfigure, you know, the feeding system, the magazine system, all that. I just wanted to keep it really simple. I wanted this thing to work. And I wanted to, you know, have it be a couple-day build. I didn't want to work on this thing for months and months. So anyways, yeah, other than the M4 sight that I just clamped right on there on the Picatinny rail, you know, that's it. That's the VSR-10 component. You know, I added the barrel. I've got the fence connector right here. Suppose I could take this off just to show you what's what. It's really nothing special. You know what? I don't need to take it off. It's just on there, and then I just screwed it down. Actually, I had to buy a pack of these connectors because they didn't sell them individually. They sell them in packs. So yeah, if you guys want some of those, leave something in the comment. I can send you one. You can make your own Trashnikov. All right, after that, you just got the AK body. Now this is really simple. All I did was just take AK-47 body. I think this is a 47. I cut a couple inches off the front to make it fit up nicely because I wanted the trigger to be able to come through the trigger well here, or trigger guard. I bent the trigger guard a little bit, screwed in a block of wood. It's got wood screws just holding it in all over the place. I got a little connector here that I just bolted the Bakelite handle straight to. So Bakelite handle's still perfectly intact. I didn't mess with it at all. I can take it off and, you know, pop it right back on an AK and it'll look great. So yeah, I have that, the real AK, Bakelite grip. I have the shovel handle. I conveniently broke a shovel a week before I started building this thing, and instead of returning it or getting a new shovel, I just took that handle, cut it off, sanded it down a little bit, put some screws in there, and bam, it feels great. So yeah, and that pretty much breaks down this thing into every component that it is. It's really simple, actually. So, the only thing you need is a Springer, a Springer airsoft rifle, and the willingness to chop it up into pieces, with the potential of it not working great. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope you got inspired to make your own hunk of garbage. This thing is fantastic. I can't wait to use it. I don't know how many scenarios I'm gonna be able to use it in, but you know what? Style points, it's up there. Be sure to like and comment. I'm gonna be doing more gun videos. I'm gonna be chopping up more guns and making new things. So if you got some ideas, leave it in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends. This channel, it's not new, but we are growing, and it really helps me out if you like and sub, so do that. I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, keep airsofting. Cousin Yuri out.